Mm.
All right, we was reading it here earlier. I just want to take this all the way down to verse 33. So,
Which book? Revelation?
no,
Oh,
Joshua chapter
Joshua. Oh,
24.
Joshua. Okay. 24. Mm.
You start at verse 27 and just read down.
Okay. Joshua. Okay, this is the book of Joshua. We're going to start from what, 27.
Okay.
Okay. And Joshua said unto all the people, Behold, this stone shall be a witness unto us, for it hath heard all the words of the Lord, which he spake unto us. It shall be therefore a witness unto you, lest ye deny your God.
Come, Salaki, let me just say this. So when somebody say this is it's crazy because where it says for it had heard all the words when it's talking about the stone, it was written on the stone. So it's just referring to these words being written and recorded on the stone. That's why it says the stone has heard all of these words. But
Mhm.
keep going.
28. So Joshua let the people depart, every man unto his inheritance. And it came to pass after these things that Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath-serah, which is in Mount Ephraim, on the north side of the hill of Gaash. And Israel served the Lord all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that overlived Joshua, and which had known all the works of the Lord that he had done for Israel.
Kind of Slocky, hold 1 second. Right. So this is a period of time where we were listening, right? We then came through the wilderness with Moses. Moses, passing the end of Deuteronomy, right? Joshua took over. Joshua led us. We brought us into the land. We took over from the Canaanites. At this point, we listened to the Most High. We following everything, and we was prospering. We was doing good. Everybody got their inheritance of land. All the tribes got where they gonna be at. You could look at the maps and see that how every tribe was laid out. The Most High didn't leave one tribe left out. He took care of every last one of us, everything we needed. Right? Keep going, sis.
Verse 32. And the bones of Joseph, which the children of Israel brought up out of Egypt, buried they in Shechem, in a parcel of ground which Jacob bought of the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver. And it became the inheritance of the children of Joseph.
Kind, it's like in that situation occurred. This was when Dinah was taken. I forgot. I think it was it'll come back to me in a second. But when Dinah was taken, at this time we didn't have the land when we didn't have the land of Israel. So we did sojourn amongst other nations. And our sister Dinah was taken and definitely, she was with another nation. So Jacob did, try to be peaceful and he wanted us to be peaceful. And the Bible tells us that, man, if we don't have to go to war with somebody, enemy or no enemy, we don't have to put ourselves in certain circumstances if it's not necessary. And if y'all remember what Simeon and Levi did, how they had the men circumcised and they went through the town and they killed they killed a bunch of these men. They got circumcised. They was weak after this process.
Mhm.
So we would put up money, gold, silver at the time, and we would get plots of land and stuff.
The Bible
But
say choose your battles,
exactly. And the Most
right?
High know when it's time for us to go to war. And as vicious as David was with it, it's even times with David, the Most High would, hold David off from going to battle. And David, honorable man of the Most High, you listen, okay, cool. I know I could do this if I want to, but the Most High want me to chill. All right, keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Because
Verse
it's just
33.
verse 33.
Come, yeah.
And Eleazar, the son of Aaron, died, and they buried him in a hill that pertained to Phinehas, his son, which was given him in Mount Ephraim.
Come. So the point I was just trying to make a point here. I didn't mean to ramble on too much,
Mm.
but after Joshua, well, before Joshua died, it's making it plain that we serve the Most High. Verse 31, and Israel served the Lord all the days of Joshua. We was good. We were doing what we supposed to do. So this is showing that as a nation we can do good. It don't necessarily mean that we have to go off and be wicked and evil Negroes, right? Or Negresses. We don't have to go off and do that. We capable of listening to the Most High. We capable of keeping the commandments. We capable of following the Bible, which is our culture. Not impossible
Right.
for us to do it. And at this time, our people were seeing the miracles the Most High performed, the deliverance.
Mm-hmm.
You seen how we seen how he punished our enemies right before our
Mm-hmm.
eyes. You know, he parted the Red Sea so we can cross, and he drowned our enemies,
Right, right.
which I
But
mentioned earlier. You still see those
mm,
pieces of chariots in the water today. They're still there. It just proving the realness in the scriptures, right?
so
But
when we start falling off,
huh, I'm
yeah,
I'm gonna get to that after this
the
because
five
this
books.
huh,
After we read the five books, because you notice that Joshua is right after Deuteronomy, where we
yep,
got all the laws, statutes, commandments, all the blueprint, and then Joshua, you said we was following directions, we was doing what we supposed to do, and then sugar turned to shit. That's what I say.
huh. And I mean that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all because it takes one person to do something and for another person to follow him, and then the next person to follow him or her. But primarily, it's all it takes. It don't take a lot for us to go off as a
Right,
nation,
right.
and you
Follow.
don't need
Mm-hmm.
the entire nation to sin.
Right.
One man can do it.
Oh
One woman
yeah.
can do it. That's where it starts at. That's why we got to be more critical with each other. But
Mm-hmm.
again, to the point I was making, at this period of time, we was all good, right? We wasn't going off and doing what the other nations was doing. We were following the Most High Yahawah. All right, so we're gonna jump into Judges.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Judges chapter 1 and verse 1 says,
Okay. This is the book of Judges, chapter 1. Jerusalem is captured. Okay, verse 1. Now, after the death of Joshua, it came to pass that the children of Israel asked the Lord, saying, who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them?
keep going.
And the Lord said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. And Judah said unto Simeon his brother, come up with me into my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanites. And I likewise will go with thee into thy lot. So Simeon went with him. And Judah went up, and the Lord delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand. And they slew of them in Bezek 10,000 men. And they found Adonibezek in Bezek, and they fought against him, and they slew the Canaanites and the Perizzites. But Adonibezek fled, and they pursued after him, and caught him, and cut off his thumbs and his great toes.
Mm-hmm.
And Adonibezek said, 70 kings, having their thumbs and their great toes cut off, gathered their meat under my table, as I have done. So God hath requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. Now the children of Judah had fought against Jerusalem, and had taken it, and smitten it with the edge of the sword, and set the city on fire. And afterward the children of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites that dwelt in the mountain, and in the south, and in the valley. And Judah went against the Canaanites that dwelt in Hebron. Now the name of Hebron before was Kirjatharba. And they slew Shishai and Ahiman and Talmai. Verse 11. And from thence he went against the inhabitants of Debir, and the name of Debir before was Kirjathsepher. And Caleb said, He that smiteth Kirjathsepher and taketh it, to him will I give Aksha, my daughter, to wife. And Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it, and he gave him Aksha, his daughter, to wife.
Kind of
And it
Salaka.
came, okay.
Hold it right there, because I'm gonna jump around just a little bit. But this is after Joshua died. It just shows we were still good in a good state. And anybody know anything about the book of Judges, this is where we went off again. So we get the Most High's with us in battles, and it's not just us winning it ourselves, just because we strong and mighty. When the Most High put that spirit on you, for you to lose, you're going to lose, man. Don't care what kind of weaponry you got, how big you are, how much you hit the gym, whatever type of swords, daggers, shields, whatever you got, man. The Most High wants you to get your ass handed to you. It's gonna be handed to you. Put in your hand for you to observe for yourself, right? So it was an honorable thing, man. If a man to say, hey, look, if you go against this nation and battle and you win, I give you my daughter as a wife. Honorable thing. Because none no man want his daughter being with no soft scared dude, man. Especially in our nation. You want to know a man can protect your daughter at all costs. That's one of the main things. You don't want get your daughter to no metrosexual and this Negro in the mirror just as much as she is, and getting eyebrows plucked and toenails done and fingernails did, and none of that type of Drake stuff, man. Which more than
Mhm.
likely they paying him to do that to deceive people. That's probably not even his personality. And when the cameras go off, he probably take all that stuff off. It's just for people to see it, man. That's just how the devil work, man. Deceive you,
Mhm.
right? So this is an honorable thing. Now let me jump to I think it was chapter 3. Can you go over to chapter 3, Judges chapter 3? And I think it starts at verse 7, but I might start right before verse 7.
Mhm. Idolatry leads to servitude. Okay.
Can you start at verse 7? Oh,
Verse
yeah, we started at
7.
verse 7. Now, we was good first. Like I said, we winning. We doing what we supposed to be do.
Mhm.
And then out of nowhere, we go off. The question in my head every time I read scriptures like this is why?
Mhm.
Why did we keep doing? Why do our ancestors keep doing it? When we came out of Egypt, just to see what the Most High brought us from and how He brought us out. I mean, what possessed you to go in the wilderness and just praising the gold calf and just going off in general? What would possess you to do that? You serving the power before your very eyes that wipe out everybody. The Most High can empty this whole planet out of every nation and just leave Israel here if He wanted to.
Right, right.
And you playing with that type of power?
They don't believe it. That's
Yeah,
why.
it's no way in hell that a person with a stable mind would make a decision like that. Right? I want to stop right before 7.
It make you think again. The Most High destroyed the earth, everyone on the earth with water. Like they don't go back that far and just really think about that. Like if you dealing with somebody that could do that, like why are you doing the stupid shit that you do?
Hmm. Once again, like we talked earlier in discussion, a lot of our people don't believe any of that stuff ever happened, man.
They think it's a book of just a fairy tale or something.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
even the very lily white, bright, pale faced
Mm-hmm.
scientists would tell you these things happen, man. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, their confusion then try to say, oh, they're not sure, but primarily they know what happened. It's not even a guessing game.
Like
It's a
really,
it's a fact.
8 people lived because they was on that ark. So how you think that happened? So you think it was people hiding somewhere? Was there somewhere to hide after the whole earth got flooded and only 8 people lived? Okay, if it was other people, where was they?
Come.
And 8 people had to repopulate the earth. Oh, Noah
Oh
and his
yeah.
sons. I mean, they think where do you think that story came from? Like what else is there to believe in? I just don't know.
Hmm. I don't even think they know. I think it's just all vain imagination.
This chick about y'all asked me, he said, you don't believe in Egyptology that there's, another earth or another universe? I said, hell no. I believe what this Bible say, period, point blank.
Con.
She don't talk to me no more. Matter of fact, she don't even work there no more. I invited her to the
That's
Bible
even
study
better.
to talk, to get some sense into her head. And she seriously just didn't. She kept making excuses, talking about her brother's an Israelite and whatever. I said, so you and him must be getting into it all the time.
Every day. No,
So
no
she
peace
ain't
in the
want none of
house.
this. So she didn't want none. She didn't want none. So that's why she did what she did.
Con.
Once you
Brother.
tell people that you don't, I don't, if you're not talking about anything in this Bible about thus saith the Lord, I'm really not listening to you. I don't really care about, what we all have to do. I do it because this is what I have to do. This is my punishment. And anything beyond that, after I think of there's no place like home when I'm at work. That's how I get through the day.
Con.
So I could get to listen to this word, read my word. I don't care about nothing else. I pretend that work. That's what I do.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
I get it. Get it. I'm gonna end up starting this at verse 1, and we're gonna go down to 11. Yeah, you start
But
at verse 1. This is Judges chapter 3.
right, you're gonna start from verse 1. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Idolatry leads to servitude. Okay. This is the book of Judges, chapter 3, and verse 1. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel has had Salakia, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan.
Kind of so like it. This is talking about a different generation will come in, and they might not have been around to experience the wars we had with Canaan, or not, or any other nation for that. But keep going.
Verse 2. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war, at the least such as before knew nothing thereof. Namely, 5 lords of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, and the Hivites that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon unto the entering in of Hamath.
Kind of
And
so
they,
like it.
okay,
So this is going through teaching the children of Israel their history, teaching us we have enemies. That's what this is going into. So now, like nowadays, we not taught in these schools. You damn sure know East only teaching Negroes in in the school that all these other nations is our enemy. So we become friends with everybody. Now other nations know their place at the end of the day, because their parents teach them they it's taught within their nations amongst them people that hey, we don't want to be like them Negroes, man. Look, just I mean it's cool, that's your friend in school, but they don't want to bring you, they don't want you to bring them home. They don't want to give you their daughters or anything. You know, you have little instances where does happen where other nations do mingle, but primarily when it comes to us, it's not a big thing. It's not what we think it is either. It's all to lower us and to keep us down. There's a great plan other nations have to keep us down and tear us apart. So this is just going back and teaching the history of our enemies. We had war with these nations, and it's naming them. Right? These were some of the Hamite nations, so-called Africans. Just so we know, black people in America, we're not Africans. They were not Africans that was being brought over here to the Americas to serve slavery. You know, so we got to be careful and mindful. We got to know our history. We got to pass it down to our children so they know. They don't come out here and get too friendly with other nations. Yeah, you go to work, you might work around them and stuff. You do your job, you could be cordial and things like that. But all of this mingling and thinking it's gonna be a one world rainbow coalition, and we're gonna be holding hands, singing hymnals and everything. It ain't gonna be like that. All right, but Slocky, keep going, sis.
okay, verse 4. And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites.
Kind of all Hamite nations, so-called Africans. Keep going.
Oh, okay. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their gods.
Keep going.
And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and forgot the Lord their God, and served Balaam and the groves. Therefore, the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Shushan.
Just
Shush.
do your best.
All right. Shushan king of Mesopotamia, and the children of Israel served Shushan 8 years.
It's all good.
That's crazy.
Hold on, so like hold it
Oh
right
my
there.
goodness.
I'm gonna jump right back
They
to
need
the
to have
scripture.
syllables in this thing.
I'm gonna jump right back to the scripture.
Okay.
So verse 6 right here, it says, and they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their gods. Let's just jump back real quick, because
Mm-hmm.
Moses was mentioned that we're pretty much hearkening to what Moses had taught us, because Moses got the word of the Most High from Yahawah. Chapter 7. All right, and this is one of the commandments we got. You can read this for me. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 3.
Okay, hold on. Deuteronomy. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Come on, read verse 4.
For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Come on, now let's jump back into Judges. You're just
All
gonna see if
right.
this making sense. Is the Bible crazy? Is it contradictory? All right. Start from verse 5 again.
It was Judges 4. What was it? Judges
Judges chapter 3.
oh, 3.
Just
Okay.
start back from verse 5 again. We're
Okay.
gonna go straight down to 11.
All right. Book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 5. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their gods.
Kind and we just read that's just what Moses was telling us. The Most High Yahawah told Moses to tell us not to do this because we're going to serve their gods. We're going to be seduced
Mm-hmm.
by what they do. We're going to be involved in their culture. We
Mm-hmm.
want to start learning about Ramadan and Juma and all these other holidays. That's some of the stuff that they do in the Arab community. We're gonna start doing
Mm-hmm.
it. We're gonna start worrying about paying homage to Krishna. The shaving of the hair, sacrificing the all your to cutting all your bad luck off. Is what that's really what they
Mm-hmm.
doing. And then we're gonna sell it to we selling it to Negroes.
Mm-hmm. And they buying
No,
it too. Them,
yeah. And we weren't doing
especially
that back
them.
then.
Yeah.
But just like you just said, our people are buying it.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain aspects of their cultures that we don't do. Just like when it
Right.
comes to the Kemet, the Egyptology, it's a lot of stuff our people don't get involved with and don't do.
Mm-hmm.
But they just take what they want to take to try to make somebody else's culture appropriate for themselves. That's just how they do it. Like you have hip hop Moab, the hip hop Chinese man with the hat tilted and stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but he ain't out there, smoking the weed and carrying on and beating his woman and stuff like that. Which that's not our culture. It's just when we do things like this, it gets stigmatized when it's like, oh, that's just what Negroes do. They beat
Right.
their women. They don't take care of their children.
They be playing follow the leader, and they ain't even following the leader.
Okay.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. But Again, this the law will tell you this, and you can go all throughout the Bible and do this. Every time we went off, we broke a commandment, and you can go right back to the first 5 books, as you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, sis, first five
Mm-hmm.
books, and it'll line up to say this will happen if you do it this way. I want you to
Mm-hmm.
do this. Thou shalt do it this. Thou shalt not do that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And once you break that, hey, these things will happen to you.
They don't respect the Old Testament. Everybody
Come,
want to throw the old stuff away. You can't throw nothing old away. That's the blueprint
come.
for all those people that like to call you old.
Oh,
You gonna get there one day, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. That's the
hey,
instructions. Everything come with instructions, and when you don't read the instructions, you go to the middle, you go to the end. You're like, damn, why this ain't working? Because you didn't start from the first
you didn't do
beginning.
it the way it's supposed to be. Exactly. Let me leave these 4 screws out, and then let me sit on this chair
Yeah,
and see if it's gonna stay the way it's supposed to stay.
and it doesn't work.
Oh man, I done fell out the chair and broke my neck.
My mother used to say, she was like, why niggas always trying to reinvent the effing wheel?
The
You
way,
can't
yeah.
do that.
God.
Mhm. Mhm.
Real quick, if you could read this for me, sis. This is Saint John chapter 5. It's 46, but I think I should stop before that. Other things.
Mhm. All the way down. You want to go to almost to the end. Okay.
Yeah, because I want to jump back and judge. I'm gonna be in Judges for a while.
Right.
Pretty much, this lesson is based off the book of Judges that I'm going to. Just showing
Oh, I
every
see.
time we got
Mm-hmm.
hard headed, man. Because Judges, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's captivity after captivity. Most I had to send somebody to deliver us.
Okay. This is the book of St. John, chapter 5, and verse 46.
Come,
For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if ye believe not his writings, how shall ye believe my words?
come. How you gonna believe in? Say you believe in Christ, believe in Yahawah. You don't believe in Moses. You don't believe what he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And all throughout the New Testament, everything Yahawah was doing was getting you back to the commandments that Moses wrote and gave to your ancestors. Christ was bringing it back to our remembrance. This is what we supposed to be doing. This is what Moses said we supposed to be doing, right? Because Moses got the word from the Most High, which Yahawah was the actual person that gave it to Moses in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That's who Moses was speaking to. That was the angel in the burning bush. It was Yahawah. So pretty much Yahawah is crediting Moses because Yahawah was the one that gave Moses the law, statutes, and commandment. And I know Christian church, they it's gonna go over their head. Oh, there was God in the burning bush. You know, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
definitely dive into that on the second part of this lesson. I want to just show you all different aspects of Yahawah in the Old Testament and
Mm-hmm.
go back into the New Testament. But I'm just trying to
Yep,
keep this one on track. But definitely,
absolutely.
you can go back, read Exodus the 3rd chapter, and you're going to see that you can go to First Corinthians the 10th chapter, and you start to see it line up.
Right, right. Pastor Porkchop want to keep you in the New Testament. We want to keep you dumbed down.
Yeah,
Not
but
to
if
say that the New Testament is dumbed down, but you got to read the first 5 books to
huh,
know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
exactly, and if you're reading a passage like this in the New Testament, you got to go to the Old
Mm-hmm.
Testament. What is Christ talking about?
It's called a
If you
precept.
believe Moses,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute. For for had ye believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Yahweh saying this? Moses wasn't in the New Testament. Why is he saying this? Because,
Mm-hmm.
but ye believe not his writings. How shall ye believe my words? Okay, so you don't believe in Moses. How you believe in Christ? You can't have one without the other.
It, these pastors, I don't know how they could say it because every one of them say it when I be looking at these cans on TV and everything. Oh, the law is done away with. When they start getting mad, when you start spanking them, with the Old Testament. Oh, the Lord's done away with, and then they shut down. Like, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say because the Lord's done away with. And then we ask them to show them, well, where does it say this? They don't got no scripture. Ain't got nothing. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the
Come,
truth. They just want to keep doing what they want to do and think that they ain't gonna be destroyed.
come, sis. Yeah, but you got to think like that. You know, the Most High Yahawah gave Yahweh Shah the law, statutes, and commandment. Yahweh Shah gave it to Moses in the burning bush. That's who we're speaking to. And then Yahweh Shah is letting you know, hey, you got to believe Moses, man. So going back here in the Deuteronomy where it says, neither shalt thou make marriage with them, thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his sons, nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy sons. Right? Then you go to
Mm-hmm.
verse 4, for they will turn away thy sons from following me, that they may serve other gods. Right? And then you go in the Judges, as we were just reading, what has
Mm-hmm.
actually happened. Now,
Mm-hmm.
we can actually prove this to this day. You just look at all of our brothers that get with women from the Islamic community. And not me that's not the Islamic community. Let me say literal Muslim women,
Mm-hmm.
Ishmaelite sisters. Or you get with women that's of the Asian community, people that follow Buddhism. And I know a few brothers that follow Buddhism, not because that's their culture or they really believe in it. They're only in it because it's what their wives do.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And a lot of them don't know enough about their own culture to actually say, well, this is not me. They just think it's an optional thing. You could do it. But this is that lack of knowledge. This is that destroy for lack of knowledge.
They will be destroyed for lack of knowledge. Yeah, and
Okay.
they will be. You gonna go against God for a woman, and I am a woman. Like, I'm not going against God for nobody. Now that I'm awake, you got to think about your own soul and salvation. Like, all of the things that I know that will happen. Are you serious? And they serious. Why would Yahawah had to die for us to still be doing dumb shit? Like, it was no point. It would be no point. The Most High will keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. He didn't have to die for to show us the way, and do what the Lord. He going to destroy you. He didn't have to die for us to keep doing that. It's pointless. You can just
Okay.
continue to keep doing it, just like what they doing. Like, oh, he didn't just die. He didn't die heinously, and he did away with the law. Why would we have to die to do away with the law? You've been going against the law all this time. Why would he have to die? I keep saying that. Like, I don't get it.
Come.
Mm. He pissing me off, these people.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, but knowing what you know, it still do get you frustrated because I get frustrated at the time with it because it's like it's so simple, man. Like come on, man. Like just think about it. Somebody somebody bail you out of jail just for you to commit the same crime and go right back to jail. That don't make no sense.
And some of them don't wait. They do it the same day or the next
Yeah.
day. Like,
And I used to work at one, so I know that revolving door, man. I done seen brothers leave 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, man, get on out there, get your life together, brother. All right, man, thanks to you. Gone. My shift over like 4, 5 o'clock. I'm about to go home. You go in there, wait a minute. Didn't you just go home this morning? Yeah, man, I just
uh,
got caught up on the same thing. That,
right,
that's
right.
that's that's just how Christianity is.
They ain't go home. They just went out for a visit. They just
Yeah,
went outside to play because jail is their home. Some people, that's all they know. I'm
yeah.
going back home because you let them out, they don't know what to do with themselves. They
Hey,
lost.
oh yeah. They went to work for the rest of those 6 days, and then
Mm-hmm.
the Sunday they go back to the Christian church. To feel like they free and they got liberty to do what they want to do, and they got a clean slate now, and then they go right back out to the world. Another 6 days to do the same thing, and then they come back again on Sunday. They get saved again, and they go back. I mean, it's a never ending cycle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But where do we leave off here? I think it was verse 8
In Book of Joshua, you going back to the book of
and
no Judges.
Judges. Yeah, I think it was verse 8.
I'm totally lost. I've been running my mouth.
Or was it verse 8? Was it verse 8?
24. We on Judges 24. Damn.
Okay.
No, it ain't Judges 24. It's
No,
Judges.
no, it's Judges chapter 3. Just jump
Mm,
back to verse 7, because I'm still on
three.
that part
Yeah,
where we went out to serve the idols.
right. Okay. We was on 7. The book of Judges, chapter 3, verse 7. All right. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and forgot the Lord their God and served Balaam and the groves. Therefore, the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Shushan Shiraham. I'm messing up.
And it's all
King
good.
of Mesopotamia. And the children of Israel served Shushan Rishathaim 8 years.
That means we were slaves to them. That means we served them. We didn't have a job there working, getting no paycheck, making no
uh-huh.
gold coins or nothing. We were slaves to them.
All right, we're going to continue in verse 9.
Come on, keep going.
Okay. And when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised up a deliverer to the children of Israel, who delivered them, even Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother.
Come on. I think he was a tribe of Judah too.
Okay. Verse 10. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he judged Israel and went out to war. And the Lord delivered Shushan Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia, into his hand, and his hand prevailed against Shushan Risham.
It's all
Okay.
good, sis. Just try your best with those.
It keep making me say it, and I
Yeah.
say it wrong. Okay. Verse 11. And the land had rest 40 years, and Othniel, the son of Kenaz, died.
Come on. So this is one of them instances after Joshua died. We went through all of that with Moses. A lot of us died in the wilderness too. A lot of us. Most I had to wipe a lot of generations of us out. It almost would have been no more Israel if we kept going off like that. But the Most High still preserved us. We came out
Mhm.
with Joshua. Joshua sent spies in to the land of Canaan. Rahab the harlot helped us out. We took over the land of Canaan, which became Israel. Now we settled in the land. Everybody got all of the tribes got their inheritance, got they part of the land. They chilling. All we had to do was continue the commandments, and we was at first. Then we got sidetracked. We went off.
Mhm.
We started serving, marrying other nations of women that's around us, the Hamitic women, and this is why to this day, we still have a lot of our people over in the land of Africa. I firmly don't believe, and it wouldn't make sense to say we're all left out of Africa because that we
Right.
wouldn't be in the four corners of the earth. So we have to still have
Mhm.
people there.
Mhm.
We definitely hide amongst other tribes, and not everybody in Africa is quote unquote African.
Mhm.
Black or not. Not everybody's there is the same. You got over 50 plus countries there, so we
And
got we
most,
got
a
to be.
lot of them, and most of them be Muslim,
Yeah, a lot of them, and a lot of
Christians,
them.
and Muslims.
When you ask them,
Mhm.
as you just mentioned, when you ask them, it was something that was passed down. It's not their general culture,
Mhm.
because even a lot of them don't even speak Arabic. They don't really understand the Quran. It's just something that they do like as if it is their culture, but it's not.
Mhm.
And I come across some brothers that I'm from such and such a country. I was raised in Islam, but I'm in Christianity now because I really didn't understand Islam and it makes sense to me. It's just my great great grandfather passed it down. That's what happened. It was forced on us, just like Christianity, forced on us. Only thing
Mhm.
the difference is the Bible is the book we're supposed to be following. It's our history. It's everything for us. It's just been polluted and perverted and watered down, and things have been stripped out of it. But you can still see more than enough of the information in there that pertains to us, so we can still tie ourselves to it to this day to see the conditions that we in and why we in these conditions, right? So
Mhm.
here in the book of Judges, we got I guess it's pronounced Othniel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of the. I want to say this was the first judge of the tribe of Judah. You know, after we fell off and we start getting into idolatry with these other nations because we've taken on their customs, then what they sons and daughters. You
Mm-hmm.
know, as the law said, we're not supposed to do that. That's a hell no. We should definitely be firmly with an iron fist against that. Because more than likely, anytime it comes to us as Israelites, we want to see what the other nations are doing. How come Mr. White Man, is running the earth right now? Let me go follow all the sorcery and witchcraft he's doing. We
Mm.
follow all of that. Let me partake in the blood sacrifices. Oh man, I got a record deal now. I'm up here sitting on 150 acres of land. I got a damn
Mm-hmm.
estate. I got this all together, man. Man, and you start praising the gods of other nations.
Mm-hmm.
But then when that enemy of yours comes around and devours your ass, then you're
Right.
looking for the true living power. Oh Lord, where do I go wrong?
They feel blessed. They say, God bless me with all this. I said, no, Satan blessed you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You got
We
the
can
same
get
blessing,
blessings from both. Okay.
same
Mm-hmm.
blessing he tried to give Yahawah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Blessing him,
believe we
man.
did go through that in Matthew 4. We tried
Mm-hmm.
to tempt Yahawah. The same blessings he was gonna give him. You got it.
Mm-hmm. It started with Eve in the garden. You try to think you're gonna bless you, gonna get them. I mean, people don't
You're gonna
read.
know
Don't read.
everything. Good. You're gonna know good and evil. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. She knew good and evil, but she also learned how to do evil, and she
Mm-hmm.
taught it to Adam.
That was it right there. That was
Yeah,
it. That's what he got. Just what he was looking for. She
okay.
she got just what she was looking for, but she didn't know it.
Knowing and doing good and evil. That's just
Mm-hmm.
what happened. Okay. Let me jump
Mm-hmm.
into. I'll jump forward a little bit. And anybody viewing this, definitely. Now, I encourage brothers and sisters, read the Book of Judges. Read
Mm-hmm.
read it all. Don't just go to just one or two chapters. Read it in its entirety.